Hey guys, what's up? I just wanted to show you guys a comp guide today, FPS versus RLS, and I just wanted to make a video with just me commentating over the whole game. So I hope you guys enjoy. Now RLS is one of Feral Priest Shaman's hardest comps to beat, and it's arguably a counter. My friend here, Don Juberg, the priest that I'm playing with, plays this comp every NAO tournament that there is, and they always lose to RLS. And unfortunately the rogue on the opposing team has legendaries, and it just makes it that much harder. And in the NAO tournament you can't use legendaries, which shows you just how hard of a counter it is with legendaries. First little bit of the games, there's not a whole lot really going on. They just start opening onto us, and they don't really get any good swaps. And whenever I get blinded, I'm not even forced to trinket because the rogue gets CC'd, and he's in the worst spot US, and he's forced to cloak in the beginning of the game, which is never something that you're gonna favor as an RLS. And our Feral actually gets opened on really far away from me, kind of in the same spot that their rogue was in previously. So he gets kind of low, and I'm forced to use gift on him, but that's pretty much it though. He pops a few cooldowns and goes in bear form, but that's really all they get out of me for this little bit. I could have NS'd here, it would have helped, but I'm able to just top him off eventually, just through healing him and letting him sit in bear form and pop his defensive cooldowns. So guys, let's talk strategy. Now, the strategy for them is just going to be to eventually try to kill me while my priest is CC'd so he can't peel. Obviously, they're going to want the Feral to be CC'd as well, but he doesn't really have any peels if he's not hitting anything. So if the Feral is in super peel mode, he's going to have to cast all of his Cyclones. So, I mean, it's possible for him to peel during it, but the priest is going to be a much better utility for me, as he has life grip and heals and shields and palms and everything that makes Shamans so much better. And that's why people like to play with priests whenever they're playing Resto Shaman. So as you can tell, legendary rogues just do a pretty absurd amount of damage, and me getting interrupted like I do here is very, very unforgivable. But the Feral on my team is really, really good at getting away and kiting, and he's able to get away, so that pretty much relieves us for a little while until they go on to our Shadow Priest. So back to strategy. You generally want to kill the Resto Shaman because he dies really, really easily to FPS whenever the rogue and the lock are CC'd. Unfortunately, we're not really able to get a whole lot of great swaps onto him, considering this is Dalaran Arena, and it's really easy for a Shaman to play super defensive on this map if he wants to, which is not something that I do. I don't play super defensive unless I'm absolutely forced to do it. But during this game, I'm actually forced to do it a lot, unless my teammates pull me on the other side of the map, like it's what has happened a few times this game already. But here we get a nice little double CC onto the Warlock and the Rogue, and we're able to go on the Shaman, but we're not able to put the nail in the coffin, unfortunately. But we do get him really, really low. Now, their strat is just, like I said, going to be to kill you and CC your teammates, so that's why you need to save Tremor for as long as you can. The more times that you have Tremor up when your partners get feared, the better chance you have at living whenever they swap to you, quite obviously. So stay away from them, don't get CC'd with them. You as FPS can actually hit all three of their teammates. You can hit the rogue, you can hit the lock, or the shaman, basically. But your main kill target's obviously the shaman because he dies a lot easier. This rogue's wearing a lot of PvE gear, so he's going to be quite squishy as well, which is a great thing to take advantage of sometimes. But that's pretty much the strat, just kill the shaman, and that's what we're going to do eventually. Spoiler alert. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, that's what we're going to wind up doing. It's just going to take a really long time to get to that point, which is really not good for them, because they should be able to kill us much sooner than we're able to kill them. And here we are, you know, like 4.5 minutes into the game, and I'm already out of mana, which is never a good sign. So I'm just going to fast forward a bit until the next eventful thing happens. Alright, I have fast forwarded it about 4 minutes now, and you're about to see how we do the double fear go on Shaman hard trick, but they get out of the fear. They both get dispelled. Well, one gets dispelled, the other one just broke. See, we got the fear onto the rogue and the lock, and we were going hard on the Shaman, but we didn't have a stun up for the Shaman, so he was able to dispel. But we've thrown 2 clones into the warlock so far, so he can't fear and peel. And I have a Tremor ready to go if we get that double fear once again. And I see the swap coming towards me, so I just go into super defensive mode, which is something that you always need to be aware of. You always need to be aware of whenever a warlock is dotting you up. You need to be ready to dispel it and get it off of yourself so you'll be okay. So I have to burn my Tremor here, unfortunately, because I missed the shear and I got feared. But I could land a full hex onto their Shaman, which is always a great thing to do, but unfortunately he's able to get the link off right before I hex him. And they're able to recover a good bit. But eventually we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to try to CC the 2 teammates and go hard on the Shaman, and eventually it'll land a kill. Now, I start having to blow all my cooldowns here because I get really, really low. And I get my link off right before the kidney bomb, which is really, really lucky because I did not have a trinket up. And I would have died there. You can see me get here below 5%. It's insane how close this game came down to. But we're able to peel the road. We landed a full fear onto him, and then we got him into a cyclone, and we're able to kill their Shaman. So I'm just going to do a quick replay of that right now and show you guys that again, because a lot happened there in a very short amount of time. So it all starts about right here. I see myself getting swapped to. I run behind the pillar. The rogue, I'm able to dispel the UA off of myself, but the rogue cheap shots me, and he was going to solo me. So I call out for a grip. I'm forced to trinket the cheap shot. The reason I got grip was for a link, but I got howled, and I link right here right before I get kidney shot bombs, and we're able to get a double fear on the warlock and the rogue since they're all clumped up together, and I'm just barely able to hold on. I get interrupted, which is never a good thing, but it's really hard to fake cast whenever you're at such low HP. And they both get CC'd, and we win the game, simply because they were both CC'd and they were all clumped together and the Shaman didn't have a Tremor. So that's how you take down an RLS as FPS, and it's kind of a counter comp. Our Feral Druid, by the way, he has the heroic staff off of Deathwing, and he has a really good trinket. I'm not sure exactly which one it is, but it's not Vile, but he has the other one. So I think it's Heroic Wrath of Unchaining, but I'm not sure. So that certainly helped and benefited us greatly. So I hope you guys enjoyed this strategy video comp guide, and make sure you leave a comment, like the video, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thanks guys.